wake up, go forward into so yeah. So I forgot that. Nah, I need to read more. Yeah. Alright, we'll start by saying the praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Abakar, double honors to apostles and elders of great wisdom and all well. Shalom to all for elect. We are Hebrew Israelites coming every week to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom in accordance with the prophecies written inside of the Bible. Alright, to let it be known that we are truly indeed in these last days. This is the year 2024, as decreed by the elder apostle Tahar through the spirit of Yahweh, Bar Hashem Yahushai, Bar Hashem Yahushai, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And as the weeks compound, or should I say, the seconds compound, the minutes compound, the hours compound, the days compound, all right, the weeks compound, the months compound. Well, we ain't done months, but the weeks compound. We see more and more as to why we are in that time, right? Yeah, during the week that Ecuador had a rebel uprising, the cartels that attempted to seize control over, like, you know, a media company and other key points, I believe. And you know, they were stumped. I know that the new people were stumped to a certain cost, but I don't know as far as the other ones. I think they were rooting them out. And then what it was, we had US and UK. Oh yeah, the France. Yeah, that's the big one. So that's been going back and forth. That's kind of been a ping pong kind of battle for like little, you know, tension over there in the Middle East for the past 2 weeks. It's been months, yeah, but it's kind of been like
they're grabbing up what do you call that? Tankers for going back at least like a month, because I think
they seized the Russian one by accident.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was like, I think the first ones they took. I think any of the ones going to the state of Israel or tied to them, that's the ones all grabbing up.
And then you had the other thing as well. You had Sweden recently just said as well, like, put out a message saying prepare for war, and they were saying like, I don't know whether it's propaganda, because I don't think most Swedish individuals like this, but you had a lot of people saying I'm prepared to go to war if it's needed.
It was like, it looked uni student age, so that'll be some shit some uni students would say. Because it's like, you know, and that age range where you're just kind of,
you're in that institution. That's what they usually do. They're into that. They kind of build you up, where they feel like, yeah, no, we can't. It's injustice. Yeah.
I'm like, well, okay. You know, as soon as you see your boy get blown to shreds, turn into 50 million.
You see, remember the tape on Vlad TV talking about being a sniper in the high skill. And he said the first thing he saw, he said, killing people like cow, sniper rounds out, gun basically. He said he shot one guy, he missed him, and the bullet went past his arm, and like it teared up his arm. They share like power. And he said the other guy he fucking shot, he said he imploded in the car. Like the bullet hit him and he turned into jelly, just like blew up like jelly.
I think it's like for penetrating tanks.
Anti-tank. So that on those human beings, like they tried to say they're human beings in the battlefield, but they didn't follow through. But they're kind of like, you know, it is what it is kind of thing. But what I was gonna say, yeah. So you know, Sweden is, you know, they're a forerunner type of state within, you know, the EU. Well, not even, they're not part of the EU. Just in Europe. You're within Europe, right? When dealing with the MOTB and different forms of technology and the ideals within the, you know, Eurocentric ideals, they're like a forerunner. They're at the forefront. So everything that's going on, that speaks to an up-and-coming draft, or sowing a seed for a time when it'll be a drafted, right? These prophecies are really inside the Bible. But even that's what Apostle Paul was talking about, like basically the Armageddon's being rallied up, man, with that whole US and UK descending upon the Houthis, right? Because they're being supplied by who? Iran, right? So they're basically battling Iran at this point, right? So yeah, as we're saying, there's many a thing going on to show you that we are in that time. Oh yeah, and even dealing with you had the accounts for the Miami Mall, with the aliens walking throughout the mall. You had various accounts where they were talking about like people trying to record them walking through, and the energy they were like, and the way they felt like they were spiritual entities that came from another realm as opposed to from space. They're really, angels, man. Well, it's up in the air as far as, time will tell what's what, right? This may be one of the first things wherein the Heavenly Father is showing himself, all right? Because it tells you in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, that the Heavenly Father, when he declared all these signs, he said, then that shall be the time when the Most High shall begin to visit the world which he created, all right? It said begin to visit. So in that beginning to visit, the Heavenly Father is going to do some sights, man. That's why it also speaks about, within these times that we're in, about famine, pestilence, and earthquake and all that things. It's mentioned in the book of Luke, as well as fearful sights. And that was a fearful sight. Because it said a lot of people were too scared to basically turn on their, one guy said he was too scared to turn on his, he wasn't scared, but it was just so much fear, or not, fear isn't a good word to use, but so much shock, all right, that he didn't have the wherewithal to pull out his phone from his pocket and start recording. And he had other people that recorded, they said they recorded some, others said they recorded, but at the moment the being moved his hand, it was like the EMP, little phone went off. So and also some more, alright?
Should have had cameras.
They got cameras. If you see how many police were outside for what they were saying it was, they said it was shooting fireworks at the mall. It looked like 2 or 3 precincts, man. Like the whole of a police station, one borough. And 2, 3 boroughs, surrounding boroughs, just descended upon the mall. Like White City, Westfield, or Stratford, Westfield. And you get the whole, all the different boroughs around Westfield coming down there. Actually doing it. Over there in White City, Yeah, you got something?
Yeah. Luke 12 and 49. I am come to set fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? Yeah, that's essentially what we're in the midst. This is what we're witnessing. This is what's the hot topic. Now everything's intensifying. All that war, conflict, which is spoken of, needs to come about in the end. We're seeing these things materialize to a great extent. You've more or less had like Iran, Russia, and the US be, in contention for the last who knows how long. Like at least a decade, 2 decades, going way back. And now it's intensifying again. And because of the conflict in Palestine, it's hot. It's real hot. Everyone's kind of, looking at it. It's based upon the focal point, man. Ukraine don't even exist anymore, bro. Like for how long you couldn't even hear about, not hear about Ukraine. Zelensky was a modern hero. And now it's all you hear about is Israel-Palestine. Because that's become the global focus, man. That's really how you're going to have that heat. It's apex. That's going to be what draws everyone in. It says this, for I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straight until it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. And yeah, that's suppose that Yahweh has come to bring peace on earth, says what? Nay, division. And that's been like the mindset has been within that whole Christian approach. It's like, it's going to come with peace and love and roses, but what's the reality? It's going to be division, it's going to be fire, and it's going to be to dominate the earth. So that sets the vibration for what's going to be going down. And that's why it's as far as for us, these things are good news, man. That's part of the gospel. That lifts our spirits when we see these things. But for people in the world, it's a terror to them. It's something where they start feeling messed up in the spirit. They see these things, they're just like, oh damn. You know, it's that way. It's like, oh, can't we just, can't everyone just go back to? Can't we be at peace?
Well, that's why you even had Tucker Carlson, former a journalist on Fox News, right, or Fox Network. Basically, he came past the camp and got schooling by the Apostle Hart, the older Apostle Hart. Now, when a few weeks ago, he was on, I forget what platform it was, but basically, I think it was like a science. He was like a cross-examination to some extent. And he was speaking about what he believes the aliens are, right? Quote unquote aliens are. Right? And what he was saying was that he don't believe it's something, out of this world. He believes it's something more spiritual. And it represents something good and evil. Right? That, basically what he was saying was everything that Apostle Arthur in a dark saying. Because obviously you got school, you got shown that look, this is where it is. Alright? And he may have done his own Googles and gained a bit more insight. But he relayed the same things on that news platform as was said to him. Right? So the cat's out the bag. Right? These people are aware of the downfall that's coming to them. And the Heavenly Lord is about to bring it upon this earth. You get Revelation 12 and 12. Trying to find
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Yeah, that's now we're essentially witnessing that wrath, man. Which is why we're getting, the Houthis getting laced with missiles. It's come to the point of contention. Even with within what you call it, like over here with what was the law that was passed? It's so-called democracy. The bedrock of democracy is meant to be protest. But then what? You had laws passed where it was, gave the police powers of essentially stopping and shutting down protests. And since the Palestine war kicked back up, you basically had protests happening on a mass scale in the UK, like back to back. So these things, now, that can get people worked up. Because now the police have it's mainly being used against Extinction Rebellion, Just Stop Oil, these men that are like gluing themselves to roads and whatnot. But it's something that can be, just as militarily, financially, if the heat's being turned on, it's going to be the same thing, within what do you call it? The civil unrest, man. Because now you've got what's going on in the US? DJ Trump getting is in court. That back and forth is happening, and it's around the time. So the whole January 6th issue is back in the news, and people feel something. And because the 2024 presidential elections, people are all emotionally invested again. So these things, we're seeing it, intensify again. And it's like, if Trump gets back in, people are gonna lose it. It's funny as hell. It's now it's a year that looks set like it's gonna be a hot year, man. It's gonna be a real hot year, man. People are gonna be feeling it.
I'll read this. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. Are you ready? Let's go. Yeah. I was looking for it.
No, I need to look for it.
I know what. Yeah. It's Revelations 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. So when this destruction comes, like Robert read in the book of Luke, what did it say? It said, I come to set, bring fire already be kindled. Right, so basically Yahweh Shai is coming to actually bring fire upon the earth. When you look at Habakkuk, it tells you about horns coming out of his hand. That's talking about the laser beams, right? Fire, coming out of his mouth. Various accounts of the prophets denote it in a different manner, but it all speaks of the same thing. The Lord bringing about fire. Also, when you read the book of Isaiah 34, what it tells you about? It tells you about the Heavenly Father's sword, being bathed in heaven, coming down upon Idumea, which the name Idumea is a Greek version of Edom, Adawam in the Lashon Kodash for Hebrew, which means red, which is the Edomite, so the white man as known today, devouring and destroying them as a people, taking them out of their rulership. But it also speaks of the angels being sent forth to basically devour them with a blast of fire. When you read that in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, so the Lord is really gonna, listen, that's the ultimate fire, dealing with the thermonuclear destruction, and the Lord making his arrival in the midst of that and basically blowing everything up. But also prior to that, what else is going to happen? You're going to have the world fall into a dystopian form of life, whereby, those that can afford it will be away from all of the trouble. They'll be still remain within the bubble, but remember it tells you in the book of Revelation 3 and 10 that there's going to be an hour of temptation to tempt everyone upon earth. Now, you can limit, you're dealing with it, depending on how much in cahoots you are with the powers that be. So if there comes a moment where they, fall upon some kind of hard time, or however they roll it out, and they say to you, if you just transition and take this, we'll just transition you into our capstone of Achilles here. Essentially, that's like Brother said, the bubble. Because as far as that's the thing is the way it's going to be looked at is like it's salvation. It's going to be presented. People are going to view it as a good. Man, that's really Imagine Esau is number one. You look at his track record. Satan's truly transformed himself into an angel of light. And we aren't ignorant of Satan's devices. We're aware of the master who's there in his present time.
Because it's like the way people view him now, it's like, oh well, he's doing good, but that's you're bugged out. You got one.
A little bit much. That was the point I was saying. So I read verse 10. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Because how are they going to be tormented? By the thermonuclear destruction, but also angels, Yahweh Shai leading the charge alongside Michael, or Michael leading the charge, in rank and file, bringing about that destruction. They're going to be doing it, they're going to play their part. Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest nor day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receives the mark of his name. So that's the destruction. What's that? I was going to buy some. I told you I was going to buy it. I'll do it for a month. I could have done it before I come here, but I said, I remember Thursday, I was like, let me go there.
shot. I said, if I go there and come camp, it'll be another 15 minutes on top, or like half hour. And they'll play, like, there's a football team around my head. So I can hear from my yard, I can hear the stadium. I don't want to bump. It's a notorious football club. They're all football fans. That's one of those ones. So I'm like, I'm not trying to get caught up in their street with people, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a whole thing. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Yeah, that's, there's going to be that time of trouble. And then what? A level of madness going down, which people that really ain't going to be ready for, they're not going to be cut out for. That's why they're essentially going to be in dire need of salvation, man. That's why they're going to be running to Esau, running to whatever method he offers as a soothing balm for it. Or what does it say? Many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. They that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And yeah, that's really what we've had to come with the time of the end, man. People running to and fro, knowledge being increased. Because now it's the levels of awareness. The brother's going into, Tucker Carlson and getting school. That's the thing, there's, especially with how long, the truth has been out on YouTube, man, online. Hella easy to go and get good meals, man. There's people that they've seen it, they might have watched it, and then you wouldn't even know. They might not even talk about it. But then there's people where they would have gone. They're clued in. That's why it's like you go and you ask, like, oh, what's an MOTB? A lot of people say, oh, it's the rice grain, let's say. They'll know what it's talking about. Because why? These things have gone out. The vibration's gone out, and that really shows we're in the time of the end. So now it's essentially. These things are getting ready to get put into play, and then you've got a great amount of people that are aware of, like, oh, okay, so this is what's going down, and we're gonna see these things collide, because now it's funny with war in general. People aren't kind of into it. But then they're gonna feel like, oh, well, it's justified. It's, as far as with these conflicts, they've got the minds of the people. It's like with Ukraine. Well, the UK sent like 2.5 billion to Zelensky, and I think that was this past week. That's something, to spare. The way people are talking about the cost of living crisis, energy crisis, all these different issues in the country now, for them to loose up 2.5 billion, you gotta have the people's minds, man. And that's how they're gonna get people invested in these conflicts, man. Because why? It's like, even with, World War III, what, people are gonna have to go over and die, man. And people are gonna be feeling a certain way. You remember with Ukraine, man, where you had like random nobodies, being like, okay, we're gonna go over to Ukraine and fight. Yeah. No weapons, no nothing. Just be flying over there, just going up to the border, just like, yo, let me fight. Bro, what behooves you to do that, bro? But that's, that's how the minds of the people.
It was a marketing. They had a immaculate marketing. That's the same problematic thing. But really, they've got invested interest in Israel, the state of Israel, should I say, right? And they're really trying to maintain it as far as their grip and hold over the Middle East. These are, the things where, when we look at it, that's the tangible things of the world, as far as I would say, which, they hold some precedence as well. But ultimately, it's because they know the spiritual significance of them having the Holy Land, right? There's things that they do over there. There's a certain form of empowerment that they have, right? And it's part of the deception that allows them to continue to present, the state of Israel as, them Israelis as the children of God, and maintain that God complex that, Esau's pushed upon everyone, right? Now, if it's compromised, then it goes against everything they believe. That's why they need people to, stand up in arms. That's why even now you got a protest dealing with, like you mentioned, about the whole Israel-Palestine thing, and they got like helicopters in the air, bully rights vans, all right, and they have other, the other usual police vans. They have like they're working the beat. They're making sure that there's no folly unfolding in the midst of it. And really, more so than anything, they're trying to intimidate the people because they're trying to keep that firm grip and hold upon their power, right?
So Isaiah 14 and 3 says, "And it shall come to pass in that days that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that brought the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindered." Yeah, this is Esau's MO, man. His means of control, of maintaining power over the earth, is through force, man, through death and destruction. That's how his blessing was what? Was the sword. Then his modern day sword, the gun, that's been how he's operated, man. He's maneuvered and gained control. And it's after he's dominated. Now he's basically done. He's switched out. He had the army uniform on, covered in blood. He switched out of it and put on a white button-up suit. And then it's like, oh, he's a good guy. But that's the thing. It's as far as for how Esau's dealt with these different nations. That's why he made a whole new paradigm, man. So he doesn't have to take responsibility. When you deal with the scriptures, it says what, as far as the punishment's going to be visited upon the third and the fourth generation, because that's when you come back in the cycle, because you reincarnate, come back in the flesh, man. And as far as for those who commit the crimes, they're going to come back and receive their judgment. Esau made it where it's like now, you're like, oh well, no one's alive that actually felt the ill of those wrongs. But then the elite know. They know that they know damn well.
Well, the wealth is alive. All the money you made and allowed you to establish yourself as alive.
Yeah, that's the
and
other.
all the repercussions of those descendants of those that did all the stuff for you, they're still alive and still feeling the effects of it. So they're gonna present it as a form of something. There's no way of rectifying these. So you just gotta live with it. That's not the reality of the situation. Like even when you deal with maybe put it on that one. Right. But basically, because even I forgot I was watching something. I think I was watching that one clip.
That's true. It's a good point.
Actually, in the comments. Yeah. I see in the comments. Talking about there's one guy, who's a Nigerian guy, talking about these Hamites, they love to do our shit. So I questions to kind of like make them think that, okay, if you're saying that, disprove this, there I'm at. Prove, riddle me this. Tell me why this, why this applies, how this, doesn't apply to me. Also the point was, shit, like judo. A lot of people discount like the ills that fell from judo and say like, oh yeah, they're fucked and they're stupid and everything. But it's like, no, they've been railroaded. They've been thrown through a fucking, like a real, like, roller coaster of a ride, man. We're talking about generations being like stepped on. Then now they've established everything that, quote unquote, is right in this world. Like in terms of like music, culture in general, things that's trending, things of that nature. They're the architects behind it, and no one gives them any form of renown. Right? The only thing that obviously goes against them, and I feel like I was definitely went out, is they're very emotional, man, about it, as opposed to just being authoritative. Like, we did this, and that's that. But they come from an emotional standpoint. Like, yeah, we did this, you don't love us. Like, you did it. I was just like, this. And we say, if we never did this, it would never be that. And it's really Judas, they're the ones, man. And when I say Judah, I'm more specifically speaking to, the AAs, African Americans, so-called African Americans, over there in the land of Babylon the Great, right? They're really being held in low regard, man. I listened to another podcast today. Guys were talking about, yeah, I was over in America, and them guys got no culture like that. I'm saying to them, like, over here, we say, where you from? And I would say, yeah, I'm from Jamaica. My dad's Ghanaian, and my mom's Jamaican. Or like, I'm Guyanese, or like, I'm Chinese. Like, no one's really saying they're from Britain. No, where's your family from? Oh, yeah. You were trying to claim their mother heritage, their motherland, should I say. But now, over in the States, they'll be like, oh, like that's kind of a weird question. But they're all speaking like, yeah, we say we're Jamaican. I'm thinking, bro, Jamaican is just as bad as saying African American. Nigerian is just as bad as saying African American. If we go to a Nigerian and say, what is the word Nigerian? They're going to be throwing blanks. They're going to be like, I don't know you. It's a real problem. That's a Latin word. But Jake as a whole, we're fucked up. But like Jake when they get one up on another, because we got traditional wedding, traditional wedding, we got our own language, this, or we got our subculture, this down. They feel like they're more highly esteemed than everyone else. But in reality, Judah's, hey, the Most High said it, might be the Judah say, the Most High will say the 10th of Judah first. You gonna grab it? So Zachariah was actually
Zechariah 12 and 7. The Lord Yahweh also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
Beg you read it again from the top.
Zechariah 12 and 7. The Lord Yahweh also shall save the tents of Judah first.
Right, so the Heavenly Father said he's going to save the tents of Judah first, right? Why? Because they, first and foremost, his name, Yahweh, rests upon the tribe of Judah. Yahweh does the true way to say it in the Lashon Kodesh, which is the Hebrew, right? Yahweh, his name, and Da is short of for one of, right? Yahweh Da. So obviously he's gonna, for the sake of his name, which kind of, within itself is like a double entendre or something, has multiple meanings to it. It's to show his might, right? Read on.
Just start to that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
Right, so no one magnifies himself against Judah because they're the chief tribe. The Heavenly Father established them to be the head tribe. So no one's going to have no preeminence against them. It's going to be established. I was even reading about, I did a video on it, Judges 20. When you had the whole civil war break out between Benjamin and the tribes. And then they basically went before the Heavenly Father and asked, like, who's going to lead the charge? And they said Judah. So Judah was at the front. Why was that? Because they're the chief tribe. The Heavenly Father was dealing with them, first and foremost. There we go now. Grab on Genesis. After that.
Genesis 49.
Next time it happens.
Yeah. It's actually like on the level of
It's like every week about stuff. Like someone will be like, demons jumping in everyone fucking coming to you. Fucking amazing. Like they're doing it to be stressed and you're bringing fucking stress to my life.
Genesis 49 and 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Reading again from the top.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Read it one more time, slow. My mind is
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand...
Yeah, Judah's who the Heavenly Father set up from the beginning. This is Jacob when he gathered these 12 sons, all right, all these sons, should I say, and told them what would happen in the last days. And basically established that the tribe of Judah, or Judah, the man, who's a progenitor of the tribe of Judah, would basically have preeminence. That's why today you have a set of people that are walking around as imposters, claiming to be Jews, but they're not. Right? The Bible clearly says it. Right? They're basically, the reason why they call themselves Jews, they wouldn't even be able to tell you. Right? But essentially, because there's a lot to it, but essentially, there's one tribe, if it was left up to them, one tribe in the whole of the state of Israel. Where's all the other tribes? Right? Where's all the other individuals that are there? Because Judah's one tribe. But the reason why they call themselves Judah is because they've now met the law, statutes, and commandments after the province of Judah or Judea during the time of the Roman occupation, fell into its dissension, and it would have been spoken in terms of Judea, right? And they took that moniker and they took that title for themselves, right? Like read it again. I'm just gonna read this
in verse 1 it says, and Jacob unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. So in the last days you're gonna have the tribes. I wasn't saying, okay, Judah comes and just know Judah's gonna, what's gonna befall Judah in the last days. It's all 12 tribes. which is why it's like, the fishiest of the business and the whole matter is housing. There's just one tribe. That don't make no sense. So I'll skip back down. So Genesis 49:8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Yeah, thy father's children shall bow down before me. Showing you that they're going to be regarded, revered above them all. Right, and only that, as you read on, you see why, because Yahweh Shai is going to come out of the tribe of Judah. And he's going to have, as I told you in the book of Philippians, every knee shall bow and every tongue confess that, forget the last part in the book of Philippians. But basically, the Lord is going to be worshipped, right? He's going to be revered by all the tribes through Yahweh Shai, right? All right? Women are using men as like fucking ornaments for the sake of getting boxed down at night.
So, as ancients would say, form control.
Yeah.
It's a thing with masculine, big masculine unrestrained. Wasn't kind of neat. It's like kind of propped up women, and then men are kind of having to essentially do things, and it's like a greater amount of the shit they're doing is just for the attention and time and respect of women. So verse 9, Judah is a lion to what? From the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
Right, and that's why you have a lot of these amongst the tribes, man. It's funny because anytime I hear it, like, I just think, I ain't gonna lie, I say the same shit. America is stupid and all that kind of stuff. I definitely, for the most part, they are. You know what I mean? But then it's funny because at the same time, I'm old enough. We're old enough to know. We've got older uncles and people we grew up with that we come up under that quote unquote era of rap music where you had the heavy influence of like 5%, things of that nature. So we know that there's a lot of knowledge of self. There's a lot of things that would have been said in those songs, or you would either like insight from the relatives that went over to the States, or around their cousins and whatnot, aunts, uncles over there. That there's a culture over there. They're not as dumb as, America as a we would generalize it, yeah, it's a stupid place. When you deal with the tribes, there's a lot of wisdom over there. There's wise people over there. Alright? But this is the thing. The thing is that the way people think about Judah, right? Like it's concerning. Yeah, the way people talk about Judah is concerning to the point where it's like, you guys don't even know, man. Like, what the fuck are they being put through, man? Right? And really kind of shows you that, tribal tension, it's like, it's like, when like, everyone turns against you, everyone comes out of the woodwork like, nah, man, I knew you was never that guy. I knew you was never that. But they counted you out. They counted you out. But you were showing you the prophecy that they're going to be written up.
He stooped down, he couched as a lion, as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up.
Yeah, stoop down as an old lion, but who shall rouse him up? Right, we're seeing that happen. We're getting insight into that. We had the Jake, Judah, the springboard to that,
Yeah,
to that judge.
flew, bro.
I don't know how you got bunny. He should have been in the NBA.
Bro,
Dunk contest
his dunk
and all that.
contest, he would have destroyed the dunk contest, bro. And that went like super viral. That was the thing is even that happening, bro. The guy was pounding on her like it was a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon. Like there was like 3 men on it, and I was like, bro, she's screaming. I'm like, he's still. I'm like, what the hell?
You know, they slapped him with, they brought him back in the
Yeah,
court.
with a muzzle.
Yeah, in the hands and shit. But that was just for
Like,
her
that's
to-
the only way they could stop him, man.
one, and then that's more like a trip, you know, like a power trip, like, yeah, come back.
Yeah, and the second.
But in reality, it's like, if you didn't have all those people to put him, you know, into that, he'd have your way, he'd have his wings. That's the reality of the situation.
So the guy flew, and then there was like 3 men there at least pounding on her. I mean, sorry, he just kept pounding on her, like, and then he was like, no, stop, hitting
And he
her. I was
kept
like, bro,
going,
this
and
guy
he-
was just wait. I was like, bro, she'll scream. I was like, bro,
Yeah.
that's. Oh, I was like, what
But
are
you know,
you
they
doing with
slapped
that
him
guy?
with attempted murder, which I don't think that'll fly. But they could probably just do it because, you know, she will probably put it on him and say, yeah, you attempted to kill me. You know, but in reality, that's, you know, assault. Like, I think he's just like, that was his moment of rage, like, you know, blind rage.
The most you can do is like attempted murder. I don't even know if you can have attempted murder.
T'as l'impression qu'ils jouent en
It's
morpion en
like
fait,
she's
c'est quoi?
old and shocked. I don't even know, bro. That guy was fucking going decimated. Oh, bro, I was like, the spirit was on that guy because the levels of strength was coming to jump and then just have man. I'm like, bro, there was other man there just watching with like their phone. Out. I was like, bro, like, are you man not doing anything? But why? Because they'll probably like, there ain't no one stopping this guy. But that's hey, sign of the time. There's these
Jacob being
like
roused
Jake
up,
here
man.
and there getting roused up. And the thing is, anyways, it's more the spirit's kind of gone out, been out really for a minute of like the racial tension. That's not even just with Jake and Yusuf, even like Mark and Hammond, and the whole like Jake's just mobbing off the Marv and Hammond. And then there was even a video I saw like yesterday or the day before where it was some guy, maybe in New York, I think it was New York, and he was just like following around like a Chinese couple, just saying like, get out of my country, you're a monkey, you monkey. I was like, bro, I was like, bro, these fucking black Americans, man, they're something else. But that's why I was just like, it's like, yeah, get out of America, get out of my country. I was like, bro, I was like, how'd you get out? I
You
put that
said
guy black American.
Oh.
I said black American because I'm just like, bro, he's claiming like he's being a black American.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you get out of my car. I was like, bro, it's like, how did you get there? The first place. And it's just like, that's been a tension and back and forth anyway for a minute. But hey, all these tensions been built up. It's something that it can bubble over just from one event. Like these things can easily bubble over. And that's essentially what, something we're going to see in time. Because as far as like the kind of dream, the illusion, and this is something that only really exists, when people are typing, messages online, or they're posting a meme or something, it's meant to be feel good. Where they kind of talk about society like, everyone comes together and we're all as one. That shit don't exist. In reality, people are racist as fuck. You close the door, you're in the confines of your own home. People have a favoritism towards their home, man. There's people that'll be like, they'll talk about, those blacks, or those this, or those that. That's, that's just how people are. It might shock you, when people are singing along to rap at home, they say nigga, who knew? But that's, you know, but it's like the dream of online. It's funny as well, because it's like even that fucking dumbass movie, but white chick shows it, where it's like, all the white girls in the car, I can't even remember the song. It was like they were just singing along to it, and it said nigga, and it was like, oh. But that's the reality. That's the thing, it's like racism exists, man. You know, who knew? And it's something that's going to continue to exist, because that's just how, you know, how shit is, man. Trying to get rid of racism is stupid. You have like people deal with other people differently, you know, based on all kinds of parameters. Of course, race is one of them. So if you're dealing with, like, you know, talking to a woman, you know, you're gonna, you know, deal with them differently. If you're talking to someone you grew up with, someone who's just around, you're gonna deal with them differently. That's just, these are, you know, this is just how things are. That's the thing, it's like all those realities are gonna bubble back over. Because now is a time like it was with, the fuck was that guy called, man? Antiochus. You got something?
Not yet, but
First Maccabees 1, 41 says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. And yes, with, you know, back in the time of Greece, that was essentially how, what you call it, how the so-called everyone becoming one was dealt with. It was basically everyone becoming as Greeks, and it's the same thing with now. As far as for, you know, for these jakes, for these Northern Kingdom, for these different nations, if they come to, you know, you come to the UK or you come to America, the expectation, yeah, the Western world, the expectation is for you to assimilate, essentially become as a Greek. Yeah. They're like, for you to operate like that, that's what's desired. You come there and you operate how they, you know, how they want you to operate and deal with it. Yeah. So it's essentially that same mindset still lives on. And that's you know, how essentially you're gonna be peaceable with, you know, with this place. It's basically, you know, you have to move how they move, man. That's why it's like people say, oh, you know, they'll talk about the barbaric way that, you know, these different nations treat women, or the barbaric way they deal with alpha, all these things.
I even posted that in the group chat. I put that in the way they spoke about the Aztecs. How they basically had like cleaners, and said they were shocked. The conquistadors were so shocked that the streets were paint like was clean compared to what it was like in Europe. And I mean, you know, I take that with a grain of salt. You know, Europe, I reserve to what Europe is speaking about, whether it's East or Europe or it's our Europe, because, you know, we're the same, we're akin to Aztec, right? Which is Issachar, basically. Basically, we're saying there was a mass group of cleaners, you know, public cleaners, that basically deal with take away human waste, like on a plot, and basically take it to the fields to ferment, to build corn and grow the different grain and whatnot. So that's what I was saying. Like they had they basically had no open sewage, that everything, none of the water supply went into the streams. If it did, then basically be reprimanded to be held accountable. Now their system that we're doing things was far more, polished, right? They were the civilized ones, right? But then now when you build Aztecs of today, they can tell you that, they were savages or doing blood sacrifice. You're doing blood sacrifices right now, man. We're doing the same. You guys are doing the same shit. No, off. I'm not defending them. I'm not defending them. But I'm just saying, like, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Like, because that's what they're bringing before the people. Oh, that's what they're doing. Speak about that other shit, bro. Yeah. That's a means to justify their authority in the world, right?
Yeah, it's that with history in general.
Oh, of course.
They'll just look at particular aspects. So, you only get enlightened to particular things that went down. But then the full scope of it, you're gonna have to go and look and find those things yourself, which is what people don't do. People don't do. Like the most people do really is they watch documentaries. It's like you might have there'll be documentaries out there with false information in there, and people still say like, oh, that would be there, like misinforming people. But that's what that's Esau's kingdom. Lies, are like flies, let's say. But with the truth, that's something that's become difficult to find. And then especially when you're dealing with ancient kingdoms, when it's not Esau will glorify himself, but then he don't get who's he going to shine to. Because the thing is, if Esau didn't shine to different cultures, especially Jake, then it's basically just, people start looking at him sideways, man. Like I said, it's like Esau's made a system in which the way he operates, the way he functions, how he deals with wickedness, unrighteousness, untowardness, that's essentially, what is held in renown, man. That's what people look at and like, oh. That's why it's like, someone being a low-down snake and then receiving success from that. That'll be something people will look to and be like, wow. But then, someone who has integrity holds on to that integrity, in light of harsh conditions, people don't really hold that in any regard.
They'll say, why don't you just sell out, man? Make your life easy.
It's like Cat Williams' whole discussion, opening the rotten, infested, lid on all these Boulay niggas. What these guys have done. That's people looking like that. But the funny thing is a lot of these things have been like open secrets. It's like people have really been aware, but people are thinking about money, progress, about, oh, I want to do X, Y, Z. Or I might want to fuck with a child one day, I might need to start with a deal or whatever. I might want to do this production company. Then, people are thinking about the interest. They've not got integrity. And that's really how the whole modern system kind of runs. Where now as people look and deal with things like, oh, what's in it for me?
This book of Joel. Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. let all men of war draw near, let them come up. And these are things that we're presently seeing right now. All right, prepare you this among the Gentiles. All right, the Gentiles, someone like Yemen. Like, who the fuck is Yemen, bro? Yemeni, like Houthis, going out there, you know, fucking with like real maritime powers and going toe to toe with them, jacking, doing some real guerrilla warfare on the sea. Right?
Funny because it's like with now, Somali, these guys, very funny. It's like, and this is kind of like the discussion with the Second Amendment in the US, where it's what kind of guerrilla thing you really do against the military XYZ? But then, you know, you actually go into history, you see more, you know, guerrilla units were able to, you know, to fuck man up. And what was Vietnam? Man were getting decimated. Man had to hold the hell in it. But, you know, again, it's basically, you know, people are just saying, become a slut, you know, just bow to the system. Which is really that's what people want to do. It's easy to bow to the system. It's what do you call it? 300, man, with Xerxes. It was like, you know, it's like, look, just bow, you'll receive everything, you'll get all the honors, all the women, you'll get everything. Just, you know, all you need to do is bow, man. And that's what hella people do, man. They get off and they're like, damn, well, okay, fuck it. But, hey, now is it really, as far as, you know, the main key characters you're gonna, in the coming times, can be those who don't, man. Those in the elect.
Right. All right. Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your bruises into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. So that shows you that there's a great sense of focus on warfare, right? Because you have people moving away from, usually when you deal with a country, a nation, they're doing, you know, their GDP is, you know, heavily focused upon creating business, you know, enterprise, and finding new ways to establish trade and bring more economy into their land, right? But the main thing that's in the minds of the Gentile nations right now is warfare, right? Establishing themselves as a military might upon the earth, right? That's what we find is the focus of it right now. That's why you're seeing certain alliances being made throughout the coast of the earth, right, in preparation for World War III.
You know what?
I got mine.
I think he just died recently.
It's only got university. Or you can charge it from there.
Actually, yeah.
I thought you were going to charge your power via my wherever.
Oh, it's a thingy. Oh, let's see. Real talk. I can't remember my hand. Survived like.
I looked at my beats and I was like, yeah, I should wear beats. But I was like, I don't want to wear jeans or trousers. So I was like, I want to wear joggers.
Oh, okay.
But now, I really should have fucking
Yeah, I was not gonna.
what from?
I was gonna I was gonna wear joggers. Well, not wear boots, I should say. But then I realized, nah, that was. But I realized this boot's gonna.
That's why I said we wearing the same thing. I'll be down at work. So I'm more concerned about. I didn't really have just kind of just up and down. All right, verse Joel 3:11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, right? Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat in the Hebrew, right? Which means the Heavenly Father's judgment, or the Heavenly Father Yahweh is judgment. For there would I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Right, so the Heavenly Father is basically sitting there, and it's like the pieces on the chess pieces on the board. He's going to move everything in accordance with his delight, all right? To where it's basically reservoir of dogs. All these nations, that tells you in the book of Psalms, the 93rd chapter, I read that in years ago. 93rd chapter, where it speaks about all the enemies of Jacob. 83rd, I thought it was 83rd. The 83rd chapter, right, where it outlines all the enemies. Right, Revelation, the 11th chapter, all this speaks about, them sending gifts one to another, jumping for high heavens, and people ringing. Right now, it's a reservoir of dogs. They all turn on each other. Right, they're descending into a standoff. Right, the Heavenly Father's going to be the one that's going to make it as to where this, you're going to take out this, you're going to take, he's going to take out him, he's going to take out him. He's going to be lost, standing and right in the midst of everything. Boom. The Lord's going to make his arrival. So he's going to make it as to where, and even when dealing with the Levant, it's basically the Yahweh Shaphat, right, where the Heavenly Father is going to provide that valley, that lowland where all the nations come and fight amongst themselves. Hey, the Heavenly Father is going to be there, and he's going to be administered these judgments accordingly. All right? Alright, verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. Alright? So let them be wakened and come down to the valley, that low land. Right? Because basically that's going to be like, the idea of a lowland is surrounded by a highland to the left and right. It's fully encompassed with highland. But that means what? No escape. Right? That's where the Heavenly Father falling into a pit, into a trap, a snare, and the Heavenly Father is going to catch you within that snare. It's going to stop you dead. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Isaiah 66, 1. Oh, that 66. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, right? That low land of the Heavenly Father's decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. There's going to be a great day of darkness and confusion. Right? But the Heavenly Father, I was speaking about before, potentially first. And what you're seeing right now is you're seeing the house of David being re-established as in the days of old. Right? Ultimately, they're going to be greatly established, right, in the midst of all of this, right, whereby they're going to be known now through the name of the Heavenly Father. Isaiah 66, 3 or 63, which comes from
Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou rent in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance.
Like when you really think about what the Lord is saying, he's saying he's going to step on people like grapes. Wine press. That's a real death. You know, like we got the slang right now, steppers. Like big steppers, standing on business. Stepping on all the niggas. But the Heavenly Father is going to sell his son, Yahweh Shai, and he's going to be the biggest stepper. He's going to really step on you, your little minions, man. And you know his power and strength upon the earth.
Verse 4, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury hath upheld me. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk with my fury, and I will bring their strength to the earth. Essentially, and the Lord is going to be able to open up. So I'll read this.
Como blanco. Isaiah 47. So So I'll start with 1. So it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the fire, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. Even that's something that's, a great step where like every, grimy, like filthy foot infested corner is having like a UV light shone in it, and there's like 7 murders that happened there.
Ultraviolet.
Yeah, three women cheating on their husband in there. Fucking goddamn, man. Someone strangled a cat on top of it. Like every crime that's possible has been done in each corner, man. It's funny because more and more aspects of the society is looking at it like, damn, this place is a mess. Like, damn, what the hell is been going down there? Like what people thought was this becoming clearer and clearer. It's not, it's not what it seems. And it's funny because
especially going back like a few decades back, 80s, 70s, those 50s, yeah. Well, I'm saying even after like fucked up shit, people are still looking at society like there was something aspirational to it, like there was some shine to it, something, you know, unique. So yeah, you know, like great things were still possible. But it's like all of those things, those stipulations, man. Within all these things, there's stipulations.
But this is the thing, a lot of people can't see that, you know, the bananas in the tailpipe. Like they don't see that actually, you know, shit. Really, what they're banking on is the sweet nothings of it, so more than anything. Like the ability, the biggest one right now is transhumanism. Right, the ability to live for thousands of years, right, to become immortal, alright, you know, through nanobots and things of that, different forms of technology. But that's a hope, you know, that's a pipe dream. There's no actual validation to those beliefs, right? What they're selling you is a shiny thing. I have many a moon ago, 2005, 2004, people are really paper, where they're talking about cryogenesis. Talking about like they were freezing people's heads and all that kind of stuff. And they can get rehabilitated, they can bring their consciousness back into a new body. They ain't even think about it though.
Bro, half these things
Right? So they spent like 6 figures, I remember like something like 500, half a million, something ridiculous for them to do that after death. Those people are gone now, right? They're basically just frozen in time. People are just waiting for something to come about. And they might build an algorithm to say, you know, like this is the which is algorithm really now. It's funny because when you think about it, algorithm was a good tool, you know, for the past decade, it's gone. But now it's moved into AI technology, artificial intelligence, which really is just an amalgamation of algorithms, right? Isn't that what AI is? It's just algorithms on. You think I'll be right in saying that? I'm asking you, bro.
Say it again.
I'm saying AI is just an amalgamation of algorithms. It's just compiled together.
It's just like, you know,
Compounded,
of a bunch of information, which is why it's like AI art. It's like if you ever fuck with one of them generators, like you got to give very particular instructions, like in a framework to work with to kind of get anything useful out of it. If you're just telling I'm going to be Batman shooting a gun, he's going to have 19 fingers, you know, it's going to be 7 hands, and then 21 that he's going to have a shotgun to fire with. But it's the shit that's not, like, it's not smart in the slightest. It's something where you got to kind of refine it or have, like, a very particular data set. That's why it's good for things like, you know, tracking social media posts, things like tags, you know, certain things, or particular words. It's better with words. Images actually some messages, like the words is better because you kind of, if you say like, oh, explain this information, you go through like websites and combine it and just spit out in a way that's kind of easy to understand. But like if you're trying, like it's limited because if you try and explain the concept of life, it's gonna tell you it's not having no thoughts about it. It's telling you information. Whatever was fed into it, that's what's coming up. It's funny, I just looked up the cryo sleep thing. It said today you can pay around 200 grand to be verified cryogenic sleep chamber after you die. Which is after you dead. Like, nigga, you dead. Because it says what? It even said the cryopreservation process freezes you so rapidly your cells freeze while living with no crystallization. This is not cryogenic sleep. Cryogenic sleep is suspended animation. And then the website told us what is cryogenic sleep and will it ever be a reality? So it's not like the dream that don't even exist. Because you're gonna freeze him, he's dead, bro. He's dead. He's done. Like, bro, you might be able to, like, if you freeze someone like cryogenic. I remember, what is it? What's the movie? Demolition Man. Fucking Sylvester Stallone, man. Sly Stallone. In that one, he gets frozen at the start, then he gets unfrozen. The way he gets frozen is like he's in the pool of water and then he just drops out and freezes it instantly. It's like if you do that to someone, bro, that guy is toast, man. He's done, man. He's not coming back. But these are the things. It's like, it's funny, the transhumanism. There was like 20 different angles. If you go back to like the 60s and 70s, that was when like science fiction was at its height. And then science fiction was positive, like, oh, how are we gonna travel through dimensions, how are we gonna go to other planets, how are we gonna, develop all these super technologies, how we can, be able to edit the human gene. Bro, all these dreams, bro. But what, in reality, what they've been able to do. Well, some things they've only done on like the basis level. You deal with even the MOTB. It's just they stuck needles in there. They just stuck needles in there, and then they read electrical signals. Then they can push electrical signals. That's some shit they already knew. It's like hook and stick. Like electric. If someone gets struck by electricity, someone sticks a fork in a plug, then they're gonna. I was watching a video of some fucking Jake doing that. He was standing. I don't even know what the fuck this shit was doing. He was standing there with like a fucking fork or something in a thing, and he was just talking to someone. And they fucking turn it on, and it's like because the electrical signal makes you move. It's the same thing in the brain. It's like sending signals. It's a bunch of electrical signals. But being able to interface with that cool. But then what you're gonna download? What you're gonna download someone's brain? Those are just instructions, dog. People are caught up in the mystique, man, in the allure. Like, it's like, soon we're gonna, and it's always soon we're gonna do this. But what happened to?
That's the deception. He's got to sell you up. He's got to sell you on something. That's what he's doing. Snake oil sells you, right? Basically selling you, some shit, saying this, give him your money. But like, that's it. Like that cryo scene. I'm saying I read it. I remember I read it in the paper. I remember back in the day. That's how. For me to say that, it was astounding. People were like, wow, you mean demolition man's gonna come through?
Yeah, I was like, bro, I remember seeing. I was like, damn. So you can be, or even what was it as well? Vanilla Sky.
Yeah.
Where it's like he was frozen or something, and then he was like dreaming in his sleep or whatever.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah.
So I remember that I was astounded by the concept, like it. But then when you really look into it, they say, yeah, at some point they're going to be able to wake them up and do it. But really, they just put you on ice, essentially for the one day that another scientist comes up with a way to deal with you, or the people that work within that company come up with you. You're basically giving them a loan upon death. Like upon death, keep researching in hopes that they bring you back to life when they make good on that, on that investment.
And half of these like things they're trying to develop, it's like because there's what quantum computing, where it's like essentially how you have computers now running on ones and zeros, will then be able to run on like a higher level on a baseline, so you'd be able to get more computational power. And that's something it's a theory. That shit existed. That shit you're gonna go somewhere and find a quantum computer. These things are theorized of. Then they're like, oh, if you've got a computer that's strong, we could work out this, we could work out that. That's like the literal of ESO. It's like, oh, work out this, then that'll contribute to this, and that'll contribute to that. A good example of that is what's the movie? Interstellar. Interstellar, the whole film, like first like 2/3 of the film, they're thinking like, oh, we need to solve this equation so that we can get the people on Earth off the planet on the giant spaceship thing. Then they, come to find out, the guy says like on his deathbed, saying like, oh, actually we're missing like a key part of the equation. It's impossible for us to work out unless we have information from inside a black hole. And that's like how Esau's dealing with. Esau's dealing with a depth. He's got the depth of hearts, but he's missing all the hearts. There's no hearts in there. There's no sevens. There's no threes. There's no aces either. He's dealing with depth of cards with key cards missing. Given that, it's like how you then gonna be able to work things out? You'll be able to work some things out. Some things might just work. It ain't really doesn't mean you've demystified it. that even with what you call it, the outlaw, man, or glorifying this guy, Buckingham, that was something that they didn't go into that thinking they were going to develop a weapon. Initially, like when they were doing the research that led up to like splitting it out, I can't remember if it was being done for energy or whatever. But like, it was only after they were like, oh, there's something to this. Governments came in, hella money came in. God, you might as well keep. Did you have more on yours? I mean, you had a
I
bit.
didn't.
What was it?
Man, for clothes I'm sick, man. Do you know why? Because my legit, like, you know, like a,
So when you're jogging,
bro, my socks, yeah, they're my summer socks. They're not even that. This is why I got, I'm bewildered, because I bought some sports socks. And they're proper fit. Not comfortable. You know, like the proper ones where you wear them and they're like, within the sock. So I'm not even, I really wasn't thinking before I found canvas. It's like, yeah, you know, as long as I got my, that's why I got like jacket, everything, my body's all warm. But this is
so
just,
the extremities are decimated.
yeah.
Yeah, I see, because even like with my boots on, I'm still like my feet in the show. From shoe setting in. I can finish on Isaiah 47. Fucking cryogenic sleep. What a piece of shit. But that's a bit, like, even with a crowd, like, there's so many of those kind of concepts where it's the fucking, bro, I'm saying by 2010, all the ice caps are going to be melted, and then by 2030, there's, you know, people will be swimming, there's going to be water wild out there. I remember seeing it on the news, bro. I remember it was what, Newsworld. No, Newsground? Newsground. They had like a little animation show.
Yeah. They do it every year. That's the thing, man. The state is disillusion. And as you know, if you live long enough, which is the funny thing, caveat,
Yeah.
then you kind of pick up on that. Hey, hold on, they just keep doing it. To keep me like suspense, like in suspense. But a lot of people don't enact upon like. Really, you gotta have like a real contrarian kind of spirit to just kind of say fuck it, yeah. Because that's why I know like where to like plantation. I'm like that. Just no, I'm very comfortable there. You know, so it's just kind of like I live there. So when people do shit, I'm just chatting shit. You think I'm dumb? He's just selling me sweet nothings. Like, but a lot of people go along to get along, kind of thing.
So Isaiah 47:3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Yeah, Yahweh shall returns, he's not coming as a man, he's coming as, you know, with force. When you go back to Rome, it's what is, Yahweh said he could have taken Rome down at any point. But that wasn't what, you know, the time for it. But now is that time, man. That's why we're seeing all these things changing. We're basically seeing everything lining up. So the prophecies are going to be hitting hard and fast, man. It's going to be hitting like a combination. The body's going to be getting whacked. Then, you know, the guard shifts, the chin opens up, and it's all over, man. You're in a daze. And then you're on the mic like AJ afterwards saying like, no, I was actually the greatest stuff.
You leave AJ alone. it's not as bad as Deontay. But I definitely, AJ did lose right. But Wilder's like, the disillusion is fucking crazy.
Right? Man should have, those hella boxing matches. There should have been an error. These men just fight back to back.
Nah, yeah, but
So
I know what you're saying, but
revealed, man.
But the funny thing is like, because everyone gives AJ a hard time. I honestly, from looking at someone and knowing people like him and knowing where it comes from, I don't think he ducked it. I think he wanted the money. Bro. And when I read into it, Wilder wanted more money than what it was worth. Bro. He only just started touching millions. and I'm talking about one.
Oh yeah,
1.5.
That shit was
Like, and he had less belts,
the
he
thing
had
was-
less ball. Like, it was, even now, he
he's
just lost the fight.
He's dead foot.
Yeah, he lost the fight, and he said, yeah, AJ would have retired if I said. If you hear what he's saying, you can tell, like, because I used to like Wilder until I saw him. What fight? I saw one fight. No, I saw Hayes wobbling. It's sparring some years ago. Then I saw him fighting. I'm like, this guy. I saw
David Hay.
Yeah, it's wild. I said,
That's like 5'2", bro.
nah, he's 6'4".
I know.
Yeah, no, but he touched him. But basically, I saw that and I knew, like, Wilder didn't have a strong chin and he didn't have no technique. I was like, this guy's not boxing. He's got no footwork. Like, I saw it and I was like, nah, I don't really like it. AJ,
All he had was stop though. That's it.
yeah, AJ's more like, he's a bit more polished, but he's not a boxer, but he ain't raised a boxer, he's trying to take. So I approve both of them, but I definitely look at Wilder like, with like what's happened as a late, it's kind of confirmed with you're not a boxer, you're not that mentally strong. You fought about 1,000 bombs. He was 4 or 5 bombs, and even when I went through the record, because I was having a dispute about rotation, he was fighting 8 rounders, 10 rounders, and he's like 28 rounds fighting. Like he only started fighting 12 rounders. Like his come up has been questionable for the longest. But you know, like people won't really look at that. They'll just say
They see a knockout. I can't. His knockouts to enter. His.
But it's
I
like,
remember
who's
watching
you
his
knocking
singing.
out?
Yeah,
It's the same with like Mike Tyson.
Nobody's man.
Who's Mike Tyson knocked out? When he started fighting serious people, then it's like it looks unfair. You know what I mean? You're fighting on an even playing field. That's why the way they try to make it out, it's like, nah, he's not. No, that's cool, man. Then they say, no, AJ's chilly. Oh, Wilder's been chilly for longer. But no one says that, you know what I mean? It's like the same thing with Terrence Crawford. They were like, Crawford's too small. I was saying from day one, Crawford, serious, man. You know that box and dexterous footwork is more polished than the boxer.
Complete fighter.
That's it. They were saying when Errol was trying to tell rookies get beat up, man, until he was able to save himself with one punch.
Yeah.
But like that's, you know, everyone's got a puncher's chance. But if we're talking about for the duration of the fight, you know, the boxer is probably going to outwork the fight.
On
That's
points.
my little-
On points.
Yeah,
They're gonna have to hold that L.
Then as time goes on, you know. But AJ did a great character right there. I think that's why now he's more like just like he's showing who he is. But that's what he did.
It was that's the thing. Like the thing that was not him trying to be like sweet pretty boy.
Nigerian, man.
I'm like shut
He
up.
weren't being a prick. He was being Nigerian.
He was trying to be he was trying to be too
No, but he's doing what? How many Nigerians you know? You don't know. That's what I'm saying. I know what he's doing.
Earlier, like,
Yeah. But I'm saying I know that like 1,000 guys like him.
It's
That are like from where we're from,
But
but they know how to play the game to make money.
yeah, it's a blood
So
sport.
he's doing. Yeah, but he's not. He's thinking. He's coming there with that Nigerian mindset that I'm gonna present this clean, because that's how he gets his money. Even I went into the thing and said, take the fight with fight had with one person. After the first, just on sponsorships alone, from him trying, having the event, he goes to Lucas, he goes to JD, this, that. He says, yo, I'm doing this event, throw money on top. And they'll give him like a spot, like 2 million extra on top. Because he's got a marketable image, basically. So that's why he's doing it. I mean, that's why when people say he's shook, I'll be like, nah, he's not shook, he's just playing the game. He's Nigerian, man.
And we don't want the game. I want to see boxing.
I hear that, man.
I'm not gonna. That's why it's
that.
like.
But I'm just saying, I know he's on crowd. Like I know what's
That's
happening. You know, it's like I know people like him.
now is people are aware of it.
Yeah.
But someone mentioned like the Def Jam.
Yeah.
But like they were saying like, man didn't even know their likeness was in there. Like for the, and those people saying like, oh, why is it not re-released? Because they're gonna be paying like there ain't gonna be no money being made if you're releasing that. All that like they'll show all the people. I was like, bro, this is every hot fucking artist in like the mid 2000s when we were drowning in hot artists, like all in one game together. Like that was a time when people didn't really have a reign on their rights. I think like deals with them now. Every motherfucker, their grandmother's got a podcast. They got their own merch. They got their own whole channels and avenues because they're aware. So fair enough, you know, the guy making the facts.
No, but yeah, I'm saying like I know, even I know people that know him. Like he ain't nuts. Like he ain't.
Nah, I know. That's what I know. I already know.
But that's why I'm more of a thing with him and Wilder. I know that Wilder was selling that thing. Yeah. And I know the fact that Wilder's selling that. It's funny, man.
Like, you don't have to fight, bro.
But yeah, like, I know Wilder's saying, oh, he don't want to fight. Everyone's saying, oh, AJ shook. I'm just thinking, bro, you know what type of this guy done a bird, man? You know what type of, you know, he's game. Like, you can look at, you know, people, I think that's what it is. Well, over here, man go uni.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, that's the way Americans, it's like, they'll live in a hovel. Like, they're in the fucking hood.
Yeah.
They're like, it's different. Over here, it's like,
You be educated and you're like the biggest, you
have
run your
vernacular
end.
English.
Yeah.
You know, he's wetting you up. No, man's using alliteration.
Yeah.
That's telling you a simile.
Yeah.
That's your life comes to sound. But that's, you know.
Yes, the ground.
Spectacular. So Isaiah 47:5, sit down, well, no, 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord Jehovah of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Yeah, that's all that shine. It's being revealed. It's chipping away. It's what's it? Tungsten. It's tungsten gold, man. All that it looked like that's a comely metal, but then afterwards, you know, you chip off and you're hold on, there's tungsten on there. It's pretend, because that's a lot of facets of the society, man. A lot of the so-called glory. It's like even with like bodybuilding sports, the prevalence of fucking steroid performance enhancing they call it PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. That's the one. PEDs, man. The peds everywhere, man. Everyone's juiced to the gills, man. Every guy, there's 16-year-olds on TikTok juiced to the gills, man. Like, it's a wrap. It's been a wrap. Like everything. Pretend, man. It's all artifice. It's like it's made out of clay. It's pretend. It's not real. And that's like all different facets of society. Various aspects. You get into it more and more, you're like, damn. It's like it was all BS all along, man. All these guys being esteemed, you know, being upheld. Like, imagine what's his name, fucking Chris Rock got clapped in the face by Will Smith, and like hours later, Will Smith's getting like an Oscar. He's like, yeah, you guys are fucking, shut up, man. Shut the fuck up, man. When it's coming out, you know, this guy's shock horror. He's getting, you know, he's getting bent over, man. Who knew? Like, there was all kinds of things coming out. It's funny because it's like that so-called black Hollywood, that so-called black, you know, black excellence, all that's being revealed, man. The dirt, the blackness for all the excrement, man. Who knew? Grim.
Well, I was just gonna say,
No, that's it. It's, you know, all these different facets of society, all this so-called greatness is being revealed for what it is, man. Esau, he's a spectacular showman, man. He knows how to kind of present something and get people enraptured by it. But then when it comes to actual value, it's now being shown it's not real, man. You know, he's meant to be the righteous, he's meant to be the just, the police of the earth. But then what you look at his track record, what's he been doing? Death and destruction, carnage. That's been how he's operating. Now he's basically saying, like, oh well, we're moving clean. Nah, it's that shit, the dead bodies, man, still in the garden. The skeletons, the leftovers, man. The evidence is still there. These things, it's all coming to light. So all these entertainment guys found that, I was going on dates with like a fucking 13-year-old, 14-year-old boy and shit. Taking them to the park. So this whole week, we'll see what happens over the course of the next one. But Lord willing, we'll be back. Say all praises to Yahweh. Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Yahushua. God want to see apostles and others, great, real, simple, well. Shalom.